Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Mad Cargan, up here today with another episode of To Stream or Not to Stream. I'm sort of blowing these out actually quite quickly. And today's streaming service I'm talking about is another big one, and that is Disney Plus. Now, let's talk about Disney for a start. Disney is obviously probably one of the biggest corporations out there now. You know, obviously growing up, Disney was this small, well, a small company, but it was a company that a lot of kids grew up with. We all grew up in the age, me personally, of the age of the classic 2D animations like A Hunchback of Notre Dame, and of course the Disney princesses Cinderella, Snow White, obviously Mickey Mouse, and so on. It was this little piece of history that we all had. The VHS era of Disney is often considered to be one of the great times of Disney. And it makes me laugh because Disney collectors back in the day, VHS tapes were the ones that we all had. And obviously now with DVD and Blu-ray, it seems like not that many people I know actually have the physical versions of these Disney films. And when Disney announced that they were doing a streaming service or Disney stuff on there, fans all over the world were going crazy, like, oh my god. And the thing is, Disney Plus, it was more than what we thought it was going to be, because Disney now, they own the rights to Marvel, to Star Wars, to Fox, National Geographic. They have this massive library of things that they can put on their streaming service. And Disney, I like to think Disney Plus is, even though Disney Plus, when it first was announced, I'll be honest with you, when it first came out, it was very sort of orientated towards younger people, even though older fans can appreciate these old Disney movies and stuff. I'll be honest, when it first came out, it was probably about 60-40, maybe 70-30, 70% was stuff towards the younger audience, and then there was about 30% of stuff that maybe an older audience could appreciate. But now it has grown. Marvel, Star Wars, Fox, National Geographic, these are big names. The Simpsons, for example, that was one, the whole thing, it was Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, and that. And then obviously when Star came to Disney, it changed the game a little bit. So this is one thing I will say about Disney Plus. They have the quality on Disney Plus. They have the big names behind them, while Netflix and Amazon Prime, have a lot of originals and stuff like that. Disney already have the big names behind them. Everyone knows Marvel, everyone knows Star Wars, Fox, and to have these massive companies within a big company on a single streaming service is huge. I think Disney at the moment is knocking it out the park, especially when it comes to Marvel. We're getting Marvel shows and movies now. Disney is just an amazing company that has always given back to the people in terms of movies and TV shows. There's always something for everyone on there. So let's talk about some of the pros of Disney Plus. Probably the biggest pro is the presentation of Disney Plus. I think Disney Plus wins for presentation wise in terms of how easy it is to find what you want. Disney doesn't just have things, it has on the main section, it will have Disney, it will have Marvel, Star Wars, National Geographic, Star, and that. So you can easily find the things you're looking for. As well as that, they also have an A to Z category where you can find everything that's on there, easy to find on there. It has a great catalogue as well. One of the cool features of Disney Plus presentation wise is the collections and idea, where they do a lot with what they've got, even though, they're not always adding new things, as frequently as say Netflix and Amazon does. you know, Disney has fun with its things. You know, one of the cool features of Disney is like their collections thing. So if you just wanted The Simpsons, for example, you go into The Simpsons, it will have all these collections. It will have like all of the episodes that are Christmas ones, all of the episodes that are Treehouse of Horrors, you know, having fun with it, you know, doing these sort of things, you know, sort of going, you know what, even though we've got stuff on here, let's have some fun with it. You know, do you want all the films with Iron Man in it? Here's the Iron Man collection. You want all the Spider-Man stuff? Here's the Spider-Man collection. You know, and I really appreciate them doing that. While I personally don't really use it myself, you know, I know what I'm watching and when I'm watching it. I really appreciate that they're trying to do some fun things with it, you know, because sometimes you're like, you know what, I just want to watch the Treehouse of Horror episodes at Halloween. Maybe I want to watch every Treehouse of Horror. There we go, I can do that, you know. So that's a big plus for me. Another cool feature that Disney Plus has is the extra selection. You can now a lot of these movies and TV shows now have extras, like bonus features and Blu-rays and stuff. That's one of the thing that a lot of people say, that physical media is better over digital because you get the bonus features on the physical media. But Disney is now doing that with their major films and TV shows. You know, you can see the behind the scenes, the commentaries, all of that, which is really cool. You know, they don't have to do that, and they are doing that. Not every single film has that, but the big ones on there, the Star Wars, and that, you know, and that is great. The library of Disney Plus is also a big plus for me. Like I said, they've got the major names behind them. When Star come to Disney Plus, you know, a lot of people were excited because a lot of people were saying Disney Plus. Some of the older people were like, you know what, I'm not using Disney Plus because it's got a lot of films and stuff that's more geared towards younger audiences. While, you know, I appreciate I can still watch cartoons and things myself. But then Star come along and we got, you know, big names like Futurama. Of course, The Simpsons was already on there. Futurama, Family Guy, American Dad, Cleveland Show. There's talk of King of the Hill coming soon, which I really hope that is the case. Of course, big, you know, cause it makes me laugh because it's also got The Walking Dead on there, which a lot I seen people complaining about that at one point. Snowflakes, I call them. Oh, why is The Walking Dead on here? You know, this is meant to be a kids thing. No, it's not. You know, Disney owned Fox. Then they're not gonna not put The Walking Dead on there. You know, The Walking Dead, in my opinion, is probably one of the goriest TV shows that, you know, that you could have watched on TV. You know, while it's not the goriest show of all time, it's definitely up there with some shows that really push the boundaries on violence and stuff. And you think, wow, this is on a Disney app? That's crazy. You know, so I appreciate Disney Plus doing that, giving people what they want, you know. Of course, originals, there's some great originals on Disney Plus, and stuff like that. Now, I'll be honest with you, Disney Plus in the UK is different to how it is in the US. I believe in the US, some of the stuff is on Hulu. Solar Opposites, for example, is on Hulu, where we don't have Hulu in the UK. So essentially, shows that are exclusive to Hulu come to Disney Plus in the UK. So Disney Plus is like Hulu and Disney Plus combined in the UK. I think Disney Plus in the UK is better than the US version, from what I've heard anyway. So that's worth mentioning. Another cool feature, a big pro for me from Disney Plus, is again the 4K is not at an extra cost as well. And I'll be honest with you, I think Disney Plus had the best quality when it comes to watching things. Yeah, you do get a little bit dipping here and there, depends on your internet. But I've noticed with Disney Plus, the quality is fantastic, and the 4K is probably closer to true 4K than other streaming services, I find. You know, I watch Marvel films and even Pixar films in 4K, and I go, wow, Toy Story in 4K looks amazing. You know, it's crazy that I'm not having to pay, you know, 30 quid to go out and buy the actual 4K Blu-ray of it, and I can watch it there. That's the thing with Disney Plus. Now that I have Disney Plus, and this is a big bonus you don't have to go out of your way to buy and hunt down Marvel movies and stuff like that. You know, I know some people like that, but me, because I have Disney Plus, I know that they're not going to get rid of the Marvel and the Star Wars. They're not really going to get rid of them like Netflix and stuff do. You know, all these Marvel shows and stuff that were on Netflix and Amazon and stuff like that have been moved over to Disney Plus. And because Disney own Marvel, you know, unless you know, there's a massive falling out or something like that, you know, we know that those Marvel shows and TV and movies aren't going anywhere anytime soon, which is great. So I know that I don't have to hunt down a Blu-ray or DVD copy of that film and stuff like that. So I think Disney Plus definitely wins in the amount of quality they have on there. And like I said, there's some shows for everyone on there. There's movies and shows. Of course, you've got the classic Disney library. You've got the kids, the live action Disney shows, you know, like That's So Raven and all of that, High School Musical, Zack and Cody. Then you've got all the Marvel movies, the MCU. Some of the new Spider-Mans have been added there. They're X-Men movies, you know, even some movies that aren't part of the MCU have been put on there because of a deal between Sony and, you know, Disney. So it's great, you know, that they're working with these other companies that don't perhaps aren't part of the main MCU line and putting them on there so we can still watch those films and TV shows. You know, like I said, there's a great selection of adult entertainment on there, adult animation. I think Disney Plus has a great selection of adult entertainment, you know, live action comedies and TV shows like The Blackish, Modern Family, Malcolm in the Middle is now on there. You know, there's just a great selection on there, and I think Disney Plus does it really well. So yeah, I really appreciate that. There aren't many cons that I can think of with Disney Plus. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention with the 4K is the IMAX enhanced. IMAX enhanced is awesome, I think, because it's not for the entire film, but certain scenes use the IMAX enhanced visuals, and they look stunning. They really do. I like I said, and also how quickly Disney Plus gets movies, premium movies out to it. At first, they were having a little bit of issues. They were trying to charge people extra to watch, like when Mulan come out and when Black Widow came out, and they were trying to charge people to watch it first. But now, you know, Multiverse of Madness was the last film I watched on Disney Plus, and I remember that movie was in the cinema like 3 months ago, and now you can watch it in the comfort of your own home at no extra cost. You know, you don't need to rent it or buy it. You can just watch it, and hundreds of other, you know, thousands of other, you know, movies and content, you know. And Disney Plus is pretty quick. They tend to add some new stuff, at least maybe 2 or 3 times a week. New stuff gets added. Maybe not always new movies and stuff. Sometimes some new episodes and things. So they are quick with it. The Marvel is great with the amount of Marvel films and shows that are coming out. I'll be honest, I haven't watched any of the new Marvel shows or anything like that. But I think that's great. I can't really think of that many cons with Disney Plus. I think maybe sometimes I've noticed on the Amazon Fire Stick version, for some reason on the Amazon Fire Stick version of the show, there's no way to actually change the subtitle font. You can do it on the mobile, and I've seen it on my brother's TV. I could do it, but for some reason on the Amazon Fire version, you can't actually change the subtitle styling, which can be a bit annoying when you've got this big black rim around it and it's covering up sometimes the people's faces and stuff like that and background. It can be annoying, so maybe that's something they need to fix. Another thing I'd say is the My List. There is a bit of a limit on the My List, although I'm a bit confused because I looked it up online and people said you can only get 100 things on My List. No, with Disney Plus, what it does is when you add something to your list, it doesn't get rid of other stuff in your list, but it will only like show like 100 at a time. or something like that. So, you know, for example, I have The Simpsons in there, and then I was trying to scroll down in my list and find it. I couldn't find it. But then when I searched it, it still said it was on my list. So when you've got stuff on your list, it will still be there. You just need to delete other stuff off your list for it to come back. That's something, I guess, that's a bit of a con. The price point of Disney Plus is $7.99 as it stands. I believe it's going up to $8.99 soon. I still think that's a decent price, you know, with all the extras you get. You know, Disney have also announced that they're trying to work on like an Amazon Prime competitor, trying to provide more benefits. I don't know what that could potentially mean. I'm thinking along the lines of something like they might do discounts at the Disney stores, maybe free delivery if you buy stuff on the Disney website, maybe discounts on like Disney holidays, you know, Disneyland and stuff. Possibly, maybe they'll, I don't know. I know you've got the Disney Club in the US where you get Blu-rays and stuff. Maybe something along those lines. It was just an article, an ad I see, a post on Facebook about it. It'd be interesting to see what they can do, but I personally don't think there's much more Disney Plus can do. There are some things that I want to come to Disney Plus. King of the Hill is probably the big one. Although I have seen, it's not been confirmed, but I did see that it could potentially be coming. So if it is, I'll be pretty hyped. Bob's Burgers movie, for example, that one was like in the cinema like 2 months ago, and now you can watch it on Disney Plus. I think Disney Plus is definitely the best subscription service, streaming service for people that want to get stuff quality control. And even, you know, I know a lot of people, there is some things that maybe some people might not be a fan of. It is sometimes the TV episodes sometimes aren't, you know, like Family Guy and Simpsons. Sometimes there's censored versions. Sometimes there's episodes missing. That's because like those episodes may have been controversial and it weren't Disney's fault. You know, but with the like Family Guy, for example, with the censored version of Family Guy, that's the version I ended up watching because those were the ones that I had on, I watched on TV and Fox and ITV anyway. So it's nothing major to me because they're the versions I watched anyway. And even when you have the uncensored versions on DVD, there's not that many scenes that are in there that aren't, you know, that really take away from it. So all in all, I think Disney Plus is a definite must-have. It's a definite to-stream for me. We've had 3 to-streams. I know I might come across a streaming service that I don't think's worth it. We'll see. But they're the main big 3 ones that I wanted to talk about first. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, feel free to leave a like. Comment below. Let me know, do you like Disney Plus? Do you think it's worth the money? I personally do. Join me next time as I'm going to talk about a different streaming service called the Arrow streaming service. I'm going to talk about Arrow TV. I'm going to talk about some smaller ones for you for a while, and then I'm going to go through some dedicated ones as well. And as always, guys, subscribe if you haven't already and join the family. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the Mad Kiger. And as always, guys, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and bye-bye.